everybody. Welcome to Generation Dan. You only become a dad when you own a college you went to alumni t-shirt.
Atlas is pregnant.
I'm Atlas. I'm your millennial. Who else is with me?
I'm Kayla McDuff, and I'm your Zoomer boy. Welcome! Woo!
I'm Dino the Genetic Marvel, and we're going to have a fun time today, guys. We're going to have a fun time.
So as you can tell by the title, this is round 2 of the Generation Games. The first episode was episode 32. If this is your first one you're listening to, this is basically a game show where Dino is showing us millennial stuff, or Gen X stuff. Me, the millennial, and Caleb, the Zoomer, are going to try and answer them correctly. Because as of this episode, we are...
What?
Talking about old guy shit?
Oh, talking about old guy shit! God, dude, when will
I wish I had access to that.
Talking about old guy shit.
If I had known, I would have put it up there.
No, it's okay.
Trust me, I'm sorry. I forgot to add the other two. Damn it!
Yeah. Okay. For next time. Then.
Next time. So we have these questions. They're just 10 multiple choice questions. I think the answers are fairly obvious. One of them. So I did ask another person and two other people these questions who are from my generation, and both of them. One was my wife, and she was like, "I don't even know what that is." Like, that's white people shit. And I'm like, okay, but I'm making sure that it's relative for you guys in the Americas because I'm in Canada and we had different shit.
Yeah.
So
3 different generations in 2 different countries. It's Generation Dan.
Yeah. and listen, I'm tired
talking about young guy shit. Oh, so now we're gonna get combative.
Not really.
Combative tonight, Dino? Are we feeling extra saucy?
I highly doubt it. Okay.
Okay.
Millennial Man and Zoomer Zaddy. Both of those names make me feel uncomfortable, just so you guys know. Okay. Very uncomfortable. Okay. Start.
I like how my computer goes, your experience is slow, so you might experience delays.
Uh-oh.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right,
here we go.
Changed in 1984 for people that had cars. Ooh, in 1984, huh?
My thing hasn't popped up yet.
The beloved Orwellian novel 1984, of course, shows us that in that time... Oh, fuck, I have to pick an answer.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah!
God damn it.
Yeah! I was in
manual transmission.
I got the first one
started being phased out. I thought seatbelts had to be worn like in the 70s, I thought.
No, so it was 68 when they had to be installed, but they only had to be worn. It was 1984.
Okay, so for people just listening to this, changed in 1984 for people that had cars. Seatbelts had to be worn while driving. Manual transmission started being phased out. AC was included by law. Seatbelts had to be installed in every car.
Yeah, I apologize. I wanted to read everything out, and then I just kind of blanked out. Everything just happened so fast. I'm like, So seatbelts had to be worn while driving. I was kind of hoping that one of you was going to pick AC was included by law, because I'm like, you pieces of garbage.
That would end up being a thing, like with climate change being as crazy as it is. Like in Arizona, at the least, it has to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of even I remember in Greece, like people didn't have air conditioning, and then like the last 15 years, everybody has air conditioning. You can't just rely on the wind and shade. Like you need, it's dangerous, right? You can go unconscious and stuff, but
that's what science.
I like how it says incorrect. Nothing worth having comes easy. You fucking suck! Get up there!
Get the hell off of my
good.
Okay. All right, there we go.
Wait, I'm on there twice. That's
Alice is on there twice, and he's still losing. Jeez! Oh my god!
I don't know why you're on there twice.
That's very
I don't
weird.
know either, but it's embarrassing, dude. Hopefully we can remedy that. Holy!
Okay. All right, next question. I didn't know how to add time to each of the questions, so I apologize that you just have to read fast. Okay.
Okay. So, read fast.
All right.
Okay.
Game Boy came out 1989. What game could you buy?
Oh fuck.
I think I know
On the
this one.
original Game Boy?
Donkey Kong, Kirby, Alleyway, or Final Fantasy.
Okay, so Alleyway is the game I played with my dad, so it can't be that one.
I think I know this one if I remember.
10 seconds.
It's gotta be. What the fuck even is Alley? I'm just gonna go with that one. What the fuck?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What the?
So the first games that were available on Game Boy were Super Mario Land,
Yeah.
Tetris, baseball, tennis, and Alleyway.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
because I know where I got confused because I remember Super Mario Land, and that got me to Donkey Kong.
Alleyway.
So Donkey Kong was available on systems, but did not come out for Game Boy for a very long time. And then Final Fantasy came out on a system in like '87, but not on the Game Boy until in the '90s.
Got it.
Yeah.
See, that just confused me because Alleyway is a game that I used to play with my dad in like Chicago, so I don't really understand.
Alleyway is a super old game, man. Like, but it's essentially the platform for Bobble Bobble and all that kind of stuff too, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we all have acid reflux. I like how it says "great try." Period. Great try. You suck.
Great try. No one said it would be easy.
No one said it would be easy. All right.
I disagree because I'm passing through this with the greatest of ease right now.
Well, yeah, because my points apparently matter half as much somehow.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently. You're taking advantage of the system, Atlas, and you're still losing. That is the millennial way. That is the millennial way.
I don't have a second. I just have the Millennial Man one. That's,
I know.
I'm still down.
And you're like, I don't know why it's like that, but I'm not. Call IT. I can't.
Call IT.
I'm like, just use a piece of paper. Just fuck the hell with it. It's all right. It's fine. All right. Next question. Okay. Atlas, do you want to read it out? That way we're not stumbling over each other like a bunch of idiots.
All right. Next question. What peaked in 1987 with a 20% market share, considered a luxury item, but was horrible for most people? Oh. God damn, this is hard. The first memory foam, waterbeds, California King, or the clapper?
Yeah.
The clapper just sounds like somebody with gonorrhea.
I'm pretty confident in my answer. It's got to be the one that I picked. It has to be. There's no way it's not.
Now, waterbeds were from the 70s. Fuck, I'm guessing.
Yes! Yes! Yeah! I knew it, dude! I knew it! So many people had dumbass waterbeds, including my own immediate relatives, and I think one of them even had fish in that bitch.
Okay. So, yeah, it was waterbeds. That was it was such a huge thing, man. And, like, I remember asking my parents, and my parents were like, absolutely not. Like, there was no way. Like, there was no way that was going to happen. And I was like, well, then why don't you guys get one? And they're like, absolutely not. Because they had heard stories of, like, people who had waterbeds in the 70s when it first started.
Yeah.
But it hit peak in 1987 where it's like 20% of them. They had friends who had, like, leaks popped and stuff happened.
Yeah.
And they were like, absolutely. When it was, like, because I only knew my parents as homeowners. They bought it when the year I was born. They bought their first house. So, but they used to live in apartments, stuff like, no. This is our house. There's no way we're damaging it with a waterbed. It's impossible.
Got it.
But yeah,
I don't like
nothing worth having comes easy. Go fuck yourself.
Waterbeds just never seem practical. Like, I don't want to have to solve like a fucking momentum physics problem to get into coitus. Like, what the fuck is?
Or like if you have morning wood and you roll on your stomach, that's the end of that waterbed.
That's
that's because you have a saber at the end of yours. Walking around with a bayonet attached to your wing.
Literally a corkscrew. So.
Oh my god. It's like the greatest hits of Generation Dan.
Welcome to the. We only showing the highlights.
As I am getting my ass kicked 2-0. It was great.
By a dude that wasn't even out the balls yet. Come on.
I mean, neither was I.
Oh, that's true. I guess that's kind of the point of what we're doing.
Younger millennial.
All right.
Okay.
Caleb, you have 1345.
Oh, you're damn right I am.
Atlas Novak at 0, and Millennial Man also at 0.
Atlas Novak will not be getting anything.
All right, let me get
Because
the
for some
let me get the
reason-
login for Atlas Novak, just so like there's some kind of like competition here. This is absurd.
Oh my god.
So good.
Again, I don't know why
All right.
it was on there twice. In Empire Strikes Back, this character was originally synonymous with a vampire slayer. Which one?
Van Helsing,
Van Helsing,
Belmont,
Buffy, or
Winchester.
Winchester.
These people were in Star Wars?
No, the guy in the picture was in Star Wars.
Oh, wait. Okay.
So
Was
his
originally synonymous
original
with-
name was
Oh,
one of those four.
Oh.
Okay, one of these four, huh?
Yeah.
Yoda.
Hmm.
Yoda.
We know as Yoda. It's a picture of
Four
Yoda.
letters, so obviously it's that one.
Uh,
No, that! Oh!
Oh god!
Wait.
I was clicking on the wrong screen, dude, but I got.
Buffy?
So
I
good.
had to do a quick.
Yeah, it was Buffy.
The other one.
And then it was Minch Yoda, and then was finally Yoda. That was the
I
last.
didn't know that. That's a piece of
Yeah.
Star Wars trivia I just didn't know. That's
Well, I'm definitely
yeah.
glad Yoda wasn't named Buffy.
How like so much. So I'm so happy that I was like,
yeah.
oh, that would have been so bad. Like,
You
oh,
you must go to Buffy to complete your Jedi training.
mm.
What? Why?
Can you imagine?
demons of the night, you will.
I'm not going to fucking Buffy the Vamp. Going over there is going to be singing once more with feeling. Great musical
Honestly,
episode. Yeah.
I'll be honest though, like when I saw that, like I didn't know that when I was doing research to try and find good questions for you guys. Like I saw that and I was like, damn. But then at the same time, like in Captain America: Civil War, where Spider-Man's like, "Hey, did you guys see that old movie, Empire Strikes Back, where he goes around the legs of the AT-AT?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, he's that young," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh God,
Yeah,
that hurts so bad."
That guy is firmly a Zoomer. He's like fighting in New York, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck 9/11 is.
Yeah, I'm like, "Oh man, it's messed up."
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready for your next?
Yep.
All right,
Been ready.
feel like we're going too fast. Damn it.
All right. Made in 1985, what slogan carried this product for 24 years?
What?
Picture
Jolt
of Jolt
Cola.
Cola.
It gives you wings, maximum caffeine, more power, all the sugar, twice the caffeine, or super cola. I think I know this one.
I think I. Okay.
God damn it.
So, hey, for the first 24 years, it was all the sugar and twice the caffeine, and they had to change it to maximum caffeine and more power.
But, okay,
That's the
I keep
original
getting this thing of like, I keep thinking it's when did this come out, not when did it peak, or
Yeah.
whatever like that happened with the water beds and everything. I'm like, my brain is scrambling. Help me.
Hey Siri. When was Michelle Obama born?
Dig deep on the next one.
1964. So she was 21 at this time, and that's when she was like, "All right, we got to shut it down, dude. We got to figure out what the sugar and the caffeine shit is going on here." I get it now. That makes sense.
I knew a guy who drank 2 Jolt Colas every day. And I'm like,
Oh my
man, he
God.
was not okay. Like he was a rambunctious fellow.
Had a heart murmur and an attitude.
Oh, and he was little too, eh? Like he was.
Oh
I
my
think
god.
he was like
that's-
5'4". He was 5'4", but he was like he was in really good shape. But he was so
Oh.
small. Yeah.
I was imagining just like a guy who was like fat as fuck. He's like, it
No,
gives me maximum caffeine and more power. You know.
No, but he was just he was a ball of nerves. It was pretty funny.
I bet
So,
it's gonna be that. It's like that episode in Futurama where Fry drinks the 100th cup of coffee, and then everything starts being slow motion for him.
that makes sense.
Like,
I feel like that's
him every day.
oh, come on. That's the best analogy where even there's that one where someone died after eating 492 chicken McNuggets.
Yeah.
And the first comment is like, so the number is 491. Like 491 and you're okay. Right? You're like, oh, you're like,
my god.
maybe 100 cups of coffee will give you superpowers. You're like that. Seems possible. I'm not sure. I got to check the math.
I just really love that like whole Quicksilver-esque scene. Like Quicksilver, Fry with 100 cups of coffee, Roger on American Dad, where he's like, "Oh, I didn't tell you, I could move really, really fast," and then he like fakes his own death, and it's like him like a bus is coming, he pulls a little dummy out of the sewer grate, like mixes a thing of fake blood, pours it on there. Somebody texts him, and it's like, "What are you doing? Faking a death, BRB," and then like, and then hops on the bus, and then it drives off and blows up his fake dummy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I love shit like that. It's great.
But it is it is entertaining as hell, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god.
Next question.
Dig deep on the next one. Fuck you.
Okay.
I can't believe I did so much better on the Zoomer one. It's so weird. Famous tagline was originally supposed to be what?
I'll be back.
So, Terminators, I'll be back. Yeah. I'll come back in a moment. Be ready for my return, or later alligator.
Ooh, later alligator's fire, but I don't know if that's the move.
This one I'm just completely guessing. I have no idea.
Be ready for my return. Oh, maybe that one. Back in a moment. Kind of Siri. I'll come back. Too close. Oh, it's that one. Fuck!
I know! Yeah!
So
No!
it's actually I'll come back.
You and old guys shit. Oh, it's all falling apart. All right. It's fine. Everything's fine. Early lead. Talking about old guy shit, dude. Okay. Oh, it hurts.
Wait. Okay. So he just misremembered the line and then it just stuck like
he
that.
He just couldn't get the line. Oh. But they were like, "Fuck it, who cares?" Remember, like the first Terminator was done with like $50 and a like a Lindor package of 3. Like that was their budget. Right. Like that was, So the fact that it was a financial success, people were like, "Hey, man!" Like even they were saying, "Hey, we want to get OJ," and they were like, "There's no way we can afford OJ on this budget. It's impossible. Mm-hmm. He won't do. There's no one will believe that he could go around killing people.
He's completely infallible. He hasn't done anything to.
He modeled those isotoner gloves. It was very like, hey, man." He was a national treasure until he wasn't.
I'm just happy we got Schwarzenegger cheeks in the first 10 minutes of that movie. That's what I remember.
I actually just saw that Red Heat got added to Amazon Prime, and I'm like, I'm watching that tonight.
Wait, what's Red Heat?
You guys have never seen Red Heat?
I've never even heard of it.
Generations? What's Red Heat?
Yeah. Red Heat is Arnold Schwarzenegger is a KGB officer who's come to Chicago. He gets paired up with Jim Belushi. And
that is Generations. That's it's Jim Belushi.
Yeah, and they are trying to find a drug dealer in Chicago, but Arnold comes across as like a massive hijinks, but at the same time, like in the trailer, he grabs Arnold Schwarzenegger grabs a disabled person's like prosthetic leg, like breaks it open, and it's filled with cocaine. You're like, oh, like what if you were wrong? Like, oh my god, he just broke this guy's leg.
Does Arnold Schwarzenegger attempt a Russian accent in the movie?
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right,
he does.
I'll
great.
watch it tonight.
No, it's a great movie. That's the thing is like there were a lot of movies that while they had corny dialogue, the actual movie was pretty badass. Like if you watch Cobra with Sylvester Stallone, man. Those are scary. Like, okay, you know how I always talk about people who have like tattoos on their face? Where I'm like, if I see a tattoo on your face, I'm like, that's a dangerous person, right? Like, that's how I was raised. Like, if you watched the movie Cobra, you'll see people, you're like, those guys are dangerous. Like, those are the people that your parents are like, hey, if you see that person, you run away. You run away fast, okay? You find an adult, you just, okay? And that's why I'm like, now, who knows?
Katie told me that what they're teaching kids now, girlfriend's kindergarten teacher, is that they tell kids if you get separated from your parents, find a woman with a stroller. Like if you don't know where to go,
Yo,
find somebody
there's like
with a stroller.
3 CSI episodes of people using that tactic to like kidnap babies, and there's like an empty stroller. I swear to you, there was like at least 3 of them where it was like they were like serial baby stealers. Man, do not. That is scary.
Awkward. But I think like the vast majority of them aren't that. So
Hey, postpartum depression, man. Women are weird.
I like to think that I would be a good beacon of safety for anyone that's lost, just because of how reflective my skin is, so I'm highly visible.
Right, yeah. They just park you in the middle of the road at certain times of day.
Yeah,
and,
I can direct traffic. I can signal airplanes. I can do anything, dude.
I wanted to call
They
you
just tell you
powder,
make
but
it
I was
to the
like, that's
weather
not
vane, yeah.
nice. That's not a nice thing to do.
Okay, now the mental image of Caleb like this, just
Wearing the round glasses, just
wearing the round glasses and naked, just being like, "Behold my reflection,"
Glistening like a vampire in the 2000s, dude.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
glistening like Buffy in the Buffy the Jedi Master.
Ah! You guys are doing this quiz wrong.
No.
I've given you knowledge and you've warped it and made it horrible. That is. I can never get that out of my mind. That's gonna stick in there.
What, naked
forever.
Caleb or
Yeah.
Yoda as Buffy?
All of those things.
Yeah.
All of those things, like in a field where everything is just spotlighting on Caleb's massive cannoli. And just going,
Bro, I can direct runway traffic with my massive cannoli, bro.
Oh yeah. Okay, one's a cannoli, one's a pirate sword. What's Dino's?
A euro?
And not even the food, just like the currency.
The euro?
Yeah, the wrong euro. Oh my god! All right, keep it moving.
you know what? I was gonna put up. I still have this. The feta fascist.
The
but I'm
feta
like,
fascist.
You guys just made it dirty. You all made it dirty.
Well, it's a thing. Yeah.
Welcome to the Generation Dan podcast. You made it dirty.
Yeah, this is on you guys. This isn't. Okay. All right.
All right.
Oh,
All right, I'm still up here.
Atlas creeping up.
I'm still up here, though. I'm still up here. It's all right.
Yeah.
The streak starts now.
There's 4 left, so
Yeah.
here we go. What's the next one? The first emoticon or emoji was from 1982 to show lightheartedness in a message. What was it? Ooh, this is tough because it's like :P, :S, close parentheses, or :dash parentheses, close parentheses. This one's
It's
tough.
gotta be this one, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Using the hyphen as a nose is definitely old people shit. So that makes
Very. That's exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I feel like this one was a gimme. It was a gimme. And I threw in. There's because I'm like, it's obvious. It's an obvious answer. There's a couple that I put obvious answers, and I think the last one's gonna trick you. But
Okay.
Because
like I wasn't already being tricked for the first half of it.
I thought you would do better, Atlas.
You
I'll be
would
honest
think,
with you.
yeah.
I really thought you'd do better.
Yeah.
And I feel
didn't.
for you because the fact that Caleb like right out of the gate was like, yes, I was like, oh, I expected that to go differently in my head.
Well, because in my case, because I'm between you two instead of on one end of the spectrum or the other, I'm supposed to kind of have feet in both, right? Where you have this trickling from both directions,
But that's impossible, right? So you have choices of like certain music will be from before, certain music will be ahead, certain movies will be before, certain genres will be ahead, right? So it's a mix and match of the two instead of an equal component of both sides, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
All right.
it is a weird thing. Okay. It's
Okay. Well, I'm catching up a little bit.
just catching up a little bit, just a little bit.
I mean, am I still 500 points ahead?
Well, they give you like 700 when you get something right. So no. Oh my god.
Fantastic.
We gotta get like a sports announcer at the end of the 7th question. We have Zoomer Zaddy with 2098 and Millennial Man at 1512.
Everyone is expecting a very close match here. I gotta say, it's definitely surprising that we got Zoomer Zaddy up here on the top at the end of the 7th. Coming into the 8th, hopefully we can see a little bit of a momentum swing toward Millennial Man.
It's obvious somebody did their research. That's what
I saw this. I came across this YouTube channel where it's a guy who he will go into detail about why a song sucks, and he's like, it sucks because but he
it's
did
not
one
very nice.
He did something called the Kravitz Bowl, and I thought it was going to be he's going to do like American Woman or Fly Away. No, he did both. And he did it like a Super Bowl. And he had like announcers and let's go down to the field where we're in for the second half about the chorus. And it's good.
Lenny Kravitz is amazing, though. He's like
he is
60 years old and he's like still shredded. Yeah. Which, by the way, like he's definitely a Dracula of some sort.
Oh, he has to be. Yeah.
He would be Alucard. Like, let's be honest. Yeah. He's very pretty as a man.
And then like the most recent one he did was Danny California, which admittedly, you guys remember when that song came out like 2006, and I don't know if this was a thing in other places, but in LA there was a radio station who played it on loop for 24 hours. I'm not fucking kidding.
Like on purpose? Like was it like an ad thing? Like
it was like all right, this is the hot new song from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We're gonna be playing this 24 hours, and it would just.
I feel like that happens a lot, though, right? Like you feel like it's on every. Well, as long as there was radio, it'd be on every. Like a popular song came out, it was on every channel, right? Like So you just keep on hearing, and a lot of the times, like top 10 listings would have them separated. So it's like while we're paying commercials, this guy is playing music, and vice versa. Yeah. They would have it all spread around, right? Yeah. But you're hearing a lot of the same songs. You're like, oh, it's just here, right? Mm-hmm. Now that it's all genre based, like for like Sirius XM and stuff.
Yeah,
it's very number one. I hate it. I'm like, listen, I'm paying for it now. Like I got it for free. And there's like, oh, but there's so many commercials. If you pay a little bit, there'll be no commercials. And you're like, oh, okay, that's awesome. And what do I get? All goddamn commercials for themselves. Sons of bitches. Sons of bitches. And I remember when YouTube had no ads. Like there was like on the banners on the side. Who cares? Whoop-de-fuck.
Yeah.
And now it's like, ad blocker, block this ad. If you buy our thing, this won't happen. You're like, what?
Oh, the worst part is when you have an ad blocker, like, hey, it looks like you're using an ad blocker. You're going to have to take that down. Otherwise, you won't get to be here. I'll be like, see ya. I'm gone. I don't care if this is the cure for cancer. I'm not coming to this site if I have to fucking turn off my ad blockers.
Experience the byproducts of capitalism. No thanks.
You know what the worst part is? If that was actually the case and I had cancer, because of how spiteful I am, I would just not take it just to be like, just so I could be right.
Knowledge should be free. I don't need you. How about that?
I'd rather let my cells slowly rip themselves apart than subject myself to your consumerism website.
Yeah. Your data mining. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you. My data is my data.
As this goiter on my insert organ here that has it grows and will slowly kill me.
Oh God!
God, that got dark real quick.
So dark, man. So
Let's
dark.
move on to the next question.
That is not. It's like, why a goiter? Oh my God! Okay.
In 1980s bestseller, "Real Men Don't Eat Quiche." What are some of the things men don't do? I did not know this thing.
What?
Oh, the man card. Okay, so
have meaningful dialogues. Wear gold chains or anything with more than 3 zippers. Catch rays and drink light beer. Which of
1980?
15 seconds.
What are some things that men don't do? Okay, well, like be emotionally available is not on this. So
I feel like meaningful dialogues wasn't even like a phrase at that point. The gold chains or anything with more than 3 zippers.
Oh, it was an all the above.
Wow.
Yeah, so in 1980s bestseller, Real Men Don't Eat Quiche. What are some of the things men don't do? It was all of the above. So men don't have meaningful dialogues, don't drink light beer, don't catch rays, and then wear gold chains or anything with more than 3 zippers.
Oh my God! The 1980s bestseller, "Toxic Masculinity," the book.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So toxic.
If you have a penis, you are not allowed to engage in dialogue with a Coors Light in the sunshine. It's just how it is. I don't make the rules.
That's how vampires are created. That's definitely this.
If you touch grass, you're not a man.
That's how Yoda was created.
wear
God.
gold chains or anything more than 3 zippers. This guy is clearly never
I feel
been
like
to
that is specifically like just some dude saw MC Hammer or something. He's like, man, fuck that guy. That guy in particular.
Kinda. Yeah, trust me, it was a unique one. That was for sure.
Was this early or late 80s? Because like
it was 1980, I believe.
It was in the yeah.
It was the earliest 80 I think there is.
Yeah, the first of the 80s.
Yeah. Yes, so
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm not sure.
I didn't check. I was just like, I found that information and I was like, sweet fucking Jesus, I'm using that. Like, that's the greatest quote. I was like, yeah. And then it had conveniently had 4 things listed. I was like, oh, that's perfect.
Men don't have meaningful dialogues.
That I was like, oh.
Is that why Tim Allen just goes like, Sears?
I feel like that is a meaningful, there's a lot being communicated when someone, in a facial expression, I'll do that. I was on doing Falling to the Top on the other channel, and that was one thing. Ryan started talking, and I just went, he's like, don't make that face, man. I'm trying to say something. And I'm like, yeah, but it's sad. I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit. It's just like, no, that's poor people shit. I don't want to hear that. No, thank you.
Talking about poor people shit.
Yeah. That happens. He's like, because we did a show for a little while, and we're hopefully going to do another season called Fat Guys Trying Stuff. And I sent him a bunch of snacks. So we recorded a bunch of episodes and stuff, and he still has to edit it and stuff.
But damn. But did you guys finish the season?
Yeah. So now we just have to load it. I think we're going to do it through the Patreon. But I have another thing of them, and he was talking about how it's like Dino just had $100 to send his buddy a bunch of snacks, and I'm like, yeah, it was about that. He's like, yeah, I don't have that. I'm like, that's weird, man. I'm like, I don't understand that. That bothers me.
Please let me guest on an episode. It's like I am made for that sort of thing. I am cupping my boobs saying this right now.
I will fondle my breasts on air. That's how bad I want to be on this show.
What is that? That's horrible.
Oh my god, give me another double stuffed Oreo.
I would happily do it. So it's we could do one episode and try a bunch if you want. I'll ship it to you guys. I don't mind doing that.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'll just tell Victoria to put it together. But yeah, because we did. Oh, and the funny thing is, we would do an ASMR bit where we would take a handful of whatever it was we were trying, and jam it into our mouths and then crunch into our mics.
Yeah.
And the problem was when we did it, they one of the things was wasabi peas. And that was a mistake. It was so bad. It was
wasabi
so bad.
Peas will fuck you up.
And then I'm like, you know what? They're not bad. I'm like, yeah, they're hot. But then I was like, okay, yeah, we'll do a handful. And it didn't click in that doing a handful would be a handful of wasabi. And it was me being a giant. I can hold this is the large size tumbler, and it looks like a normal thing in my hands. It's not I was like, oh my god, this was a mistake. And Ryan too was like, oh no. And, shenanigans ensued, pretty much.
That's really
ridiculous. Ensues.
Yeah. All right, we'll go on to the next question.
On to the next one. Who's still winning? Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, but it's getting close. And Millennial Man has a streak. 3 correct answers in a row.
Oh. All right. I can't get any wrong. That's fine. I mean, am I just making it an interesting show? Maybe.
Oh god! All right, next one.
Okay.
First throat goat. Oh my god! Nancy Reagan made what thing popular in the 1980s or Camp Livingstone. Friends say yes, just say no. I'll just have half. Once won't hurt. Yeah, what was it? She was the blowjob queen of the Senate or something?
States,
That's right. Nancy Davis was the throat goat. The first throat goat of the United States of America.
Take that, Monica Lewinsky.
Nice.
Yeah, I knew that one. I remember that petering out when I was a kid with all the dare stuff. I was starting to go out as I was growing up.
Yeah, you start having drugs, you're going, hey, that was a great time.
Yeah, that was actually pretty fun. Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing, right? If you tried drugs and it's a good experience, because there are a lot of drugs that are a bad experience and very dangerous to like the rest of your life, kind of thing. But it's like some drugs you're like, hey, in the right environment, it's a pleasurable experience, right? So,
well, because like when you're a kid and they're just like, this is your brain on drugs, just drugs, blah blah blah, and then you finally do try drugs because you're 15 or whatever, and then they go, wait, that wasn't so bad.
yeah,
That means they were lying to me. I wonder what else they were lying to me about, and then that's how people end up in fucking heroin. Like
and pregnant, right? Like realistically,
pregnant, yeah.
That's exactly how that works.
Luckily, being that I'm a California kid, the sex ed wasn't like just don't think about it. It was like literally blah blah blah. Here, penis, vagina, all that good stuff. Like, also, I had parents in the medical field, so when I asked my dad where babies came from as a very small child, he just fucking told me. He's like, "All right, sit down. I'm gonna get Grey's Anatomy out, and we're gonna."
Oh.
Like I was like 3 or 4 when I asked him, and he goes like, "I remember you having so much understanding flood into your psyche, and just saying, I don't want to grow up,' and left the room."
I think that's a mature response, to be honest. That
Is
is absolutely.
Well, yeah, because it fucking
mature.
ages you. It's like that picture of Matt Damon at the end of Saving Private Ryan, where he's like aging 40 years in about 3 seconds.
Yeah. Well, it's yeah. You kind of lose some youth on that one. Like that's immediately
Definitely.
where you're going, yeah, you know what? I didn't want to know that information. You've damaged me irreparably.
I feel like finding out where babies come from, finding out Santa Claus isn't real. Like there's some stuff where it just kind of like injures your childhood.
I see. Okay, so I didn't grow up with Santa Claus and all that stuff, right?
Jehovah's
So
Witness growing up, right? Yeah.
So like, even when people said it, I was like, I understand the appeal. Like I get it, but you're an idiot. Like I immediately was like, you're dumb. Like you're dumb for believing that. And I always felt bad about that because I wouldn't like be like, you're so stupid. Like, because you get ostracized being such a strong religious background, right?
Yeah.
It's so you like.
So you weren't running around being like, Santa Claus isn't real God. Like just being like.
No, I would just excuse myself.
Yeah.
Like my parents like they just made sure I knew that it was a huge thing to be respectful of people and and like never lay your hands on people and that kind of stuff. Like it was be respectful to your elders and those kind of things were very important, right?
Yeah.
I learned out much later in life that was a complete lie and old people are the worst.
Old people are the worst.
The worst. I worked on a bit for a while where this is the whole thing is that you can tell how much of an asshole an old person was by how religious they are later on in life. Like if they're full wackadoo, like snake charming church, like they're going like way out in left field, you're like asshole, like super asshole. When they were young, for sure, and they're just trying to make do. They're like, I'm trying to even out that scale. You're like, no.
Okay.
I mean, Nancy Reagan's arguably the greatest snake charmer of all time, and she seems all right.
I had a meme on that. That was like that. By the way, that screenshot was from Wikipedia, where it says the first throat goat of the United States of America. And I'm like, listen, but I saw one where it was like a futuristic like background of like a city with like flying cars and shit, and it said if throat goat Nancy Reagan put her finger in Ronnie's butt, this is what the future could have been instead of Reaganomics. And you're like, well, you know what? I can't say it is not possible. It's
and by the way, we're not disparaging Nancy Reagan for giving a bunch of people blowjobs. We're disparaging Nancy Reagan for giving a bunch of people blowjobs and then acting like she didn't and fucking ignoring the AIDS.
That all happened.
All that other stuff.
Well, that all happened because the child of some right-wing douchebag was like, one's Nancy Reagan, the other one is Madonna. And it was Madonna on a bed, like kind of like posing provocatively.
Sultry,
and they're the same age.
Yeah.
Right? Nancy Reagan and Madonna. And you're like, which person, and she was trying to say it as a matter of character and moral standing. And the first person that commented or very close to the first person that commented, quoted a bibliography or a autobiography that somebody did saying how Nancy Reagan was known for like as the throat goat. Like she would take people, she would change their life. Like and yeah, and that's apparently why she was always on the Universal lot, because apparently like there were people who loved having Nancy Reagan around. At that time she was Nancy Davis.
She had to be a spitter though, because that's the only way that Reagan's obsession with things trickling down makes sense.
God damn it!
A lot of inappropriate jokes on that, and I'll tell you,
one of my old history professors teaches a class about the 1980s, and he listens to this show. He must be fucking laughing his ass off right now.
Guy,
here's to you, Prof.
Here's to you.
Well, that's the thing is like, it was a weird time to be around, right? Like,
in the
there
80s,
was no in the 80s, yeah. There was no like things started to tighten back up, like because the 70s there were some reckless things happening. I remember
fucking cocaine.
But
80s were cocaine also,
but it was where that was still a high price thing, whereas like by the 80s things started to trickle down into being more available, I think.
Yeah.
But like you had to know people and do things, right? And you could get into the wrong circles very easily, but again, there was no evidence of anything like anywhere. Like if it happened, you just like there were some people who would say stuff and you go, all right,
okay,
like, that's now the truth. Like that happened. Like one guy is like, oh yeah, I went out and stabbed this guy, and you're like, okay, right. Like you can.
Okay.
That's why. Well, that's the whole thing is like knowing someone's character and being able to figure out who they are as a person, how trustworthy they are as a person, was like a huge part of my upbringing. Where being able to see through people. Because people deceive you, right? Like that's just in general. People want to present a certain image, a certain lifestyle, a certain moral code that may not be accurate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was a huge part of my education as a human being. So in turn, like that's what you had to rely on, because you couldn't be like, all right, let me check his Facebook. I'm like, yo, this guy's a slut. You know, like you couldn't. You're like, hey man, you're like. He was like, oh, yeah, no, it's cool. We'll just hang out. And you're like, all right. And then you're like, hey, this guy's a weirdo. And then you don't hang out with him anymore. Right? Because it's like you had to take those chances, right? Like that's the crazy part. Because, well, hold on. Let me see. Caleb, have you ever lived when weed wasn't just available?
Yes.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
But you
I was
weren't?
young, but yeah.
Okay.
Weed became legal in Colorado in like what, 2014?
I think medicinally 2012, and then recreationally like 2014 or something like that. So
okay, but you weren't getting high at that point.
No, I didn't start smoking until like 19.
Yeah, that's fine. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
And Atlas, we know, is like a virgin of everything. What? When's the first time you? Just joking. I'm just joking. I know it bugs you. That's why, because you're such a nerd.
Yeah.
But what? Like, how old was there a time when weed wasn't available? Like, you'd have to like know a guy, or was it always?
So I went to a hippie school here in California, and
so people grew shit.
Fucking, there was weed everywhere. Everybody was smoking it. Fucking the teachers smoked weed.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, no, obviously not in front of their students, but it was pretty well known.
Yeah, but like,
and like
you knew, right?
Yeah, but that was before it became even medicinally legal in California. So you had to like obviously don't get caught doing it. So it would be like house parties or just off campus or something. And then when I went from that to public school, that was when it became medicinally. When did it become medicinally legal in California? Okay. It was medicinally legal in like the 2000s, I think.
Oh, okay.
But in terms of it getting recreationally legalized, it was like right after I got out of high school. This was during my year off, I think. Yeah. It was when it started. The wheels started turning for
Fun Time USA. Yeah.
Yeah. Like one summer in college, I worked at a weed dispensary, and that was when it was going from medicinal to recreational.
Yeah.
Because when I started at the beginning of the summer, it was you got to show your little prescription, and by the end of the summer, they were just like, it's legal. Who cares?
I love the bit by Tom Segura where he like went to a doctor to get the thing,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, I just like how it makes me feel. The guy's like, okie dokie, sounds good to me.
And then I wrote a prescription for that.
Yeah, he's like, my eyes hurt. Which I'm like, I would totally have done something like that. I'm like, I got my bones ache all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm bleeding from the inside.
Yeah.
Give me a
They don't care. Yeah.
No, they're like, okay, yeah, I like how it makes me feel.
Also, I actually misspoke earlier. It was, in fact, 2012 when it was recreationally legalized here.
Oh, okay.
It was, in fact, 2012.
Because like Colorado and Washington did it first,
Mhm.
and then it was like California and a couple others. And then,
Yeah.
I find it funny where it's like, well, where people could hide in the mountains and live off the land.
Yeah.
That's where it went legal first. Like, yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Just on every level, I'm okay with that. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
See, for me, it makes more sense because Portland and Denver, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Portland's in Oregon. First
I
off.
always
Oh,
knew
fuck.
You idiot.
No! No!
I ruined
No! No! Don't
Seattle. That's the thing.
Don't clip it.
Don't clip it. Well, I mean, now we have to, right?
Yeah, we have to. Yeah. After so many times, like, listen,
Yeah.
this weekend alone, the amount of clips that are going out of you going, clip that, clip the shit out of it, where Atlas just gets fucking taken apart piece by
Oh
piece.
yeah, no. This is
they're
my
great.
revenge after
Yeah,
that
this is
episode
fair.
from a few weeks
Totally
ago.
fair.
All right.
You guys eviscerated me. Like I just kind of let it happen because it was funny. But
It was very like, look, it was all in good humor, and no one went too far with it. But at the same time, yeah, you came out just torn apart. It was very, very entertaining. Though.
I was like a set of Hot Topic jeans by the time I left that shit. That was like,
yeah, that's where this one comes.
Atlas is talking about racist shit again.
that one.
That one, and it was like
Yeah.
he really wasn't, and that's what made it very funny. That was, I'll be honest, that was hard to clip. Where I'm like, I need to make sure that the full context is, achieved in advance.
Yeah.
Before anyone gets called racist, they're like, "Hey, this is clearly a joke. No one's racist. It's just funny that way, And not that racism is funny. It's kind of funny, but still, okay. Listen, Nancy Reagan, first throat coat. Come on,
Throat coat.
All right. Well,
come on.
We have done a massive amount of preamble before this last question. So,
Oh my god, these.
Well, now
here we go.
it's like
up to your ass.
Oh my god, he's catching.
Millennial Man has a streak of 4. Is this the last question?
It is.
Is it?
Oh no, 9 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah, now we're on 9, so we got two.
Yeah.
This
I
one
have 2
more.
more. I think if I get one right and he gets one wrong, I win. Right? That's the.
There's a very good chance.
Did you assign like equal points to each thing, or is
Yeah.
You get
No,
to? Yeah,
I didn't.
okay.
I don't think there was a difference.
Yeah.
I couldn't
'Cause,
change
like,
the time or the point value, so it didn't.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. So
Here we go.
there's it.
In 1980, 83 million people watched the season premiere to find out who shot this person. I know the answer to this one.
Oh fuck.
Tony McKelly, Joey Gladstone, J.R. Ewing, or Balky Bartakomus.
Balky Bartakomus.
Fuck. I thought these were members of like fucking NSYNC, dude.
Tony
Oh,
Maselli.
shit. Fuck.
Yeah, who shot J.R.? That's like
J.R.
a dream,
Ewing
dude.
sounds
Yeah.
like a fucking basketball player, dude.
No.
Come on.
That was Patrick Ewing, number 1.
Ah. Fuck.
That was Patrick Ewing?
Patrick Ewing was a basketball player. JR was who killed JR. Come on.
Yeah. And then it was Dallas, right? That was on the
Yeah, that was on Dallas. That was on Dallas. Tony Maselli was from Who's the Boss? Joey Gladstone was Uncle Joey from Full House.
Yep.
And Balky Bartakomus was Balky from Perfect Strangers.
Okay.
It was
Wow.
a Greek man.
Yeah.
He is not Greek, but you know.
Such poignant references that I understand completely and fully.
Millennial Man has made a comeback up in
Oh
here. That's-
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Hey man, it's 36.53% of Americans. I checked like the actual stat on
Son
it.
of a merit, man.
How many people watched the OJ like trial or the low speed chase in the Bronco?
Oh,
Do you know if it was
that'd
more
actually be
than that?
fascinating to find
No
out.
idea.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm getting an echo from one of you guys.
Probably me.
Watch the OJ trial.
Not now.
Oh no, it's okay.
Now we're okay?
150 million people watched the OJ trial.
Wow, that's
When
When
literally
was that though?
like a third of the country.
Okay.
Tells us, I guess.
So 95 million people watched the Bronco chase, and 150 million watched the like trial itself.
But
Wow.
But what year was that? Like how many? What was the population?
I'm not. It doesn't say.
No,
I
that's
guess
fine.
we
You
have.
got it. Yeah. Oh, let me look it up.
Okay, 1994 here. 1994 population of
Yeah,
the U.S. 263.1 million. So
Wow, almost half of the country.
So half the country. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
That's the
crazy, actually.
yeah. Well, think
here's
about it.
the
Like
thing.
for 1980, it was 227. Or 200. Yeah, 227. But it's like skyrocketed only in the last few years, right?
Yeah. Well,
And then
well,
it
because
plateaued.
also like after that you had like the aftermaths of the Vietnam War and all that kind of stuff. I feel like that probably took a toll on population.
No. Well, that's the thing is after war there is a baby boom. Traditionally,
See, also everybody who's ruining everything right now.
Yeah,
Is that
pretty
World
much.
War II?
At least
Well,
we're
like-
fucking at the end of it all, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just start over fresh. Just burn it all down and just go. You know what? Oh, you didn't know anything about farming? Sucks to be you.
I do that. Have you ever done that at work where you come in after like a vacation or something, and you have like all these emails and you just go select all, delete all. Starting fresh.
I could never do that.
I have done that before, and it's so freeing because you're like, if someone needs me, they'll fucking find me.
You know what? So yeah, no. Because the only time that I had that was I was a financial planner. I'm like, I literally had to have like an out of office email and had to be very careful. And like, I had emergency numbers just in case anything happened. I once handled a mortgage while I was in London in a hotel. Like it was just weird. It had to close, and I'm like, all right, well, let's just handle this. So I'm calling back office departments. They're like, you're calling from London, England. And I'm like, I know where I'm calling from.
Yeah.
I can verify my ID because I had. I don't know if you guys know about this. There are certain legal documents, or not legal documents, also legal documents, but like a certified checks or stuff like that, where you have to have a registered signature.
Right.
So I had a registered signature. So my signature, it got registered in North America, and then North America, or just Canada, and then after 6 months it goes for the whole world. So in other words, anywhere in the world that went, they would have a book where they could check my signature against it. It was really cool.
That is cool.
I was very important. I was like a real person and everything. I had like decision making power. It was
Poor bastard. That's sucks.
It was very cool because like you had a certain amount of authority until you said some crazy shit and people were like, "I shut the fuck up, man." Like that's like you could push certain buttons, be like, "Come on, this is okay, right?" And they're like, "Not really." I'm like, "Listen, one time.
One time.
Just do
Refinance your one time. It's fine."
And they're just like, "All right, but not for like 6 months. You can't ask again." I'm like, okay. And then next week, I'm like, "Hey, listen, remember that thing?" They're like, "Fuck you, man. Just fuck off." Like that happened all the time. Like,
well, wait. I'm curious to find out what this last one was. You said the last one's easy or hard?
I think this was the last one.
Oh.
What? No shot. That was the last one.
I think, yeah, that was it.
No! Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Well, we know Atlas Novak lost 100%.
I cannot believe I got the win on that. I got the win on that, like somehow having to think.
No!
I need to make the sound of Caleb's like screaming off screen as my ringtone. I think. What is he doing? Is he spotlighting himself while he's screaming?
Pretty much. And I loved it. I'm telling you, I'm definitely going to zoom in real close and clip that. That's
God.
That's
Jesus Christ.
The funny
With a
part
score-
is that it's like none of this means anything.
No, of course not. With a score of 38-32 to 32-20, Atlas Novak has the win.
Oh,
Or Millennial Man has the win, aka
Yeah.
me, Atlas Novak.
Man.
Atlas Novak lost. Well,
Yeah.
lost hard. And interestingly enough, you guys answered the same amount of right questions. That's pretty funny.
Wait, that's interesting.
it's the streaks. The streaks.
Oh, it's the streaks. That's
yeah.
right.
They get you the
Okay.
bonus pointy wointies.
Yeah.
Well, because in the beginning, Caleb had a couple that he got right? So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Man,
Well,
crazy.
That was the second round of the Generation Games. I don't know if once we when it's my turn and I do when I do my round of this, do we start dressing up as characters and doing a Greatest Generation games or
I'm down for
Boomer
that.
Generation games? That'd be kind of funny. That's
I think it would be fun if we did this. So hold on, let me finish this stupid thing.
Yeah.
There. Okay. So I think it'd be funny if we did even just on any topic. We could do one for Lord of the Rings. We could do whatever.
Oh yeah, and just call it the Generation Games because it's the three of us.
Yeah.
Okay. But
well, and
cool.
we have enough of a rapport that I think we could do it as an entertaining thing, right?
Yeah.
We just gotta.
Definitely.
Hopefully the sound was good and everything was fine.
Yeah. No, it's not.
But yeah, apparently Atlas, as I figured earlier, is becoming old in advance and has learned the ways of the Gen X life.
This is what happens when you have boomer parents. 'Cause typically, it's you have the thing in the next generation, right?
Yeah.
So the Gen X were the boomers' kids, except my boomer parents had my sister and I, who are millennials. They skipped one.
Yeah, and then your dad is like, "I want Zoomers too."
Yeah, my dad's got Zoomers too.
Which is
yeah.
kudos to him. Just
I mean, yeah,
go
go
in the
off
distance.
for finally getting some energy and some vibrational power in your home with the Zoomer presence.
Vibrational power. He has Parkinson's. He definitely has vibrational power. I gotta say,
that is definitely not an okay joke. That is not.
His dad had it. He has it. I definitely am gonna have it. I am a Jedi like my father before me. It is coming.
I don't think that's being a Jedi, sir. I think that's.
If it came with a lightsaber, it did.
Oh, the Parkinson's vibration.
Michael J. Fox owns a lightsaber. It's back now.
Hey, he doesn't own one Samuel L. Jackson's got a purple one. It's he just has one because anyone can buy one. I have one right over there. It's a great
no. When you get diagnosed with it, they bequeath you with a lightsaber. That's just how it works.
They do not. That is not a true thing. You liar.
Of course it is. God damn it. All right. Well,
it should. Let's be honest, though. I feel like there aren't enough things hey, let's give somebody some cool shit just because, hey, you know what? It's not going to get better. Just go for it, Be cool about it. Don't be a twat, because things aren't going to be fun from now on. It fucking sucks, man. Hey, man, my dad died from cancer. It was horrible.
That does suck.
It does, but at least he had a good time. It was like, man, what are you gonna do?
I'm just trying to make it fun for him and myself. He listens to this show too, so
I feel like you have to embrace that side of things. That's right now, honestly, that's one of the things that I talk about with Victoria is that whatever, especially right now at our age, whatever attitude you're forcing upon yourself, if you're always grumpy or you're always angry or you're always, whatever emotions you're feeling, that's in your control, right? That's one of the things where it's you can just choose, say, I'm just not going to let it bother me and just try and move on. Certain things are out of your control and that's a fact, but a lot of things are that you're really taught not to. And I'm remember, especially as you get older and you start to become crazy or, sick, your personality is going to devolve to what your core beliefs are, right? Those inherent principles that you've had the longest.
Yeah.
So it's that's one of the cool things. I take edibles every day and I'm just trying to think up different ways of doing things in my mind and kind of making those pathways of, no. Hey, you can be nice to people. And I'm people are pretty shitty. I don't think they deserve nice. And my brain's like, no. That's not the problem. You just have to be nice. Just be nice. And I'm like, and it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter. You be nice because that's all that's in your control. Anyway, I'm like, okay, but these jokes are getting tough because being nice to people is not fun in the same way. But,
And on another note, speaking of things that you can control in your mind, listen up, America. She's not coming back.
I have no idea.
She's not
what he's
coming
talking
back.
about.
All right.
yeah, that's true.
So you're gonna. It's time to wake up and move on with your life because there's someone else in her bedroom right now, and she's not coming back.
You know what the weirdest part about this is? I just realized Caleb has the beginning of a Louis C.K. beard, and
He does not.
I also
It's
have a
a-
house plant and a whole lot of ammo. So.
Oh.
Rev. Okay.
Oh.
Well,
That's horrible.
we should. What?
I don't know anymore.
Okay.
Got so dark, both of you. I was like,
Okay,
hey,
all
man,
right.
just be nice. And you guys both are like, hey, you know what really sucks? Murder. It's like, whoa, that's out of the blue.
I'm taking the L. Thanks for listening to this episode of Generation Dan. Follow us on Twitter at Generation Dan. Where can they find the rest of us?
They can find Caleb McDuff at Caleb C. McDuff on Twitter. And also, I guess I'll put it out there. Nothing's ready on it yet, but my music Twitter profile is also up. And that is going to be at Renato, Rinato Music. And you'll see my face in the cover of the EP that I'm working on.
Awesome.
And that's how you know it's me. So you can follow me at either place, both preferably, and then we can share Italian desserts and talk about our feelings.
That'll be down. All that's in the description.
I
of
have
the show notes, so.
3 of the songs that Caleb, he sent them to me earlier. We could play them right now.
Talking about old guy shit.
That one.
Talking about young guy shit.
Atlas is talking about racist shit again.
Those are some bangers right there.
Welcome to the mixtape, ladies and gentlemen.
You know? Caleb C. McDuff.
Do you know?
So yeah, follow me there for more great content that pertains to me being upset.
Oh my God. You can follow me at Atlas Novak on Twitter or Instagram, or you can follow my other show at Nexus at Night. That's about a trading card game.
I want to make sure that LeBron James starts following Atlas Novak by the end of the week. I really think that we can make this happen.
God.
Hey, that's a big time clout for Atlas Novak.
That is, listen,
That would be.
I feel like Atlas has served his time and he needs to be like, hey, listen, Atlas is here. And LeBron needs to listen. I'm Dino the Genetic Marvel. I'm doing all sorts of stuff. I do a couple of live shows during the week. Live on the internet, so like keep your pants off.
Live stream,
Yeah, live stream. Whatever, those words, you know what I'm talking about. I'm also might do some stuff with a buddy of mine. He's been on Twitch and he's playing video games that just came out, and I'm like, hey, I'll just sit there and talk and make funny comments about stupid shit. He's like, that sounds great. So things are happening, but yeah, keep an eye on my Dino the Genetic Marvel page and cool.
Right.
Drop a like.
Well, and thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Later.